Ooh, this is a day I have been waiting for, you guys. Check out what I did. I've been teasing around it, all kinds of stuff, but here it is. I don't know if you guys know what this is right off top, but I swear to you guys, this is about to be the cleanest flex fuel kit that I have seen on the ZL1s, period. Shoot, I think it looks cleaner than the SS kits. I made this myself, you guys. We'll get to that in a second. Man, welcome to the video. This your boy ZT Zooming, and we are back booming with another video, you guys. So let's get to this flex fuel kit. Now, there is a ton of flex fuel kits out there. I was gonna do the one that Lethal Garage makes. Shout out to him. It's a great kit. He uses all GM parts. I was gonna go with that, but I just didn't like that the hose for the fuel, you have to add another 9 inches, 12 inches of hose. They tuck it all underneath there. I just didn't like it. And then the other kit that's all hard tubing and stuff like that, I didn't like that one because it wasn't all black. For me, I feel like it doesn't blend in. I went with all black anodized AN fittings. These are all AN6 or AN-6, whatever it is. That's what these are. If you guys don't know about these, AN stands for Army Navy. They're all fittings that seal against each other. I mean, I think they're rated up to something stupid like 3,000 PSI. I took the time to get the part number here so that I could get this flex fuel sensor. And then I got it taken apart here, but I went ahead and just purchased Gen 5 DIY's flex fuel harness kit right here. I was able to pick up all of this stuff less than $200. This is less than any kit that's out there. Man, this is the bomb. If you guys want the part numbers to this stuff, it can all be found in the forums. Just do a little bit of searching. They're not too hard to find. It's gonna look so clean, you guys. So let's go ahead and get this install started. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. In all these install videos, everybody always installs this stuff first. To me, that's the easiest to get installed. I want to get this wiring harness installed. I want to figure out how I'm going to route it. First, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery in the back. Let's get it. Got the battery disconnected there. Now let's start taking this fuse box out of here. Should be a pretty quick and straightforward install. Let me get the camera set up for you guys. The reason you want to unplug your battery is just in case you're going to be messing with an ECU harness, you're messing with all these fuses. Better safe than sorry. And anybody that noticed this one right here is missing a bolt, I got it ordered, don't worry. Let me get some gloves. These are all 10 millimeters. Never fails to do something goofy. So you just want to get this out the way, and then when you look down here, it's this one connection or harness here that is facing the opposite direction of the others. So once you got this harness out, then you want to pop this little blue face off. Ow, just like that. And that is going to expose all the connectors and the pins that you need there. Okay, so here's the harness here. The easiest way to look at it, I think, is to put this bigger connection up in the top left corner there and then look at the pins. So out of this upper row and the lower row, we need to get to pin 38. So on the lower row here, if you go to the second row from the bottom, that line of pins there, maybe it'll help if I use a screwdriver. This line of pins right here, we need to go 6 spots in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That hole right there is where it's gonna go. Now, on most of the flex fuel installs I saw online, almost all of them have this pin right here is empty. So, what in the hell? Sorry, you guys. This pin right here is normally empty. Mine isn't. So I don't know if mine has an auxiliary feature the other cars don't. Mine is a 2019 plus, so maybe it's part of the refreshes, but regardless, the 6-pin over right there. And it's gonna have a little plug in it that you need to push out the backside, and I'll show you that in a second. So I know this isn't a good angle for you guys, but I'm gonna push that pin out. Then to take this off, it's just got little clips on the side. You take the back piece of this connector off. That comes out of there, and then that pin we pushed back out, we should be able to see it sticking up further than the rest. Then we'll pull this little plug out of here. There it is. Mine did not want to come out, but there it is. Then you take this connection here on the end of the white wire, plug it into that hole. And once it's in there, it'll click in there, it won't pull back out. Tug on it a little bit to make sure it's good, which it is. So there it is right there, pin number 7. You can kind of see it sticking above the rest in front of my finger here. Now we'll get this harness put back together and get it all buttoned back up. Cool. This little face plate that goes in the front. Now everybody mostly runs this back behind the motor, which I think I'll probably end up doing too. Man, I cannot wait to get that on. Alright you guys, so now we've got everything ran. I got it ran all around here, goes around the back of the supercharger or the motor, coming out around here. I haven't zip tied it yet because it's definitely not permanent. And on the ZL1s, this plugs into the EVAP system. So I kind of like this about the Gen 5 DIY. You see in Lethal's video, he talks about when you plug into the coil packs here like some of the other kits have, if something fails, I mean, you've got a coil not firing. So that sucks to have a cylinder not firing, especially once you're tuned or anything like that. All right, so I'll go ahead and get it unplugged. It's this one right here, and then I'll find a spot to ground it on. One side of this connector plugs into here. Slide this pin back down, and then this will just splice right into the line. So put it where it was plugged into the EVAP sensor before. And it's nice because Gen 5 DIY uses all GM connections. So bada bing, bada boom. Now we need to ground it. Kind of unsure where I want to ground it at. I think for now, just going to use this bolt. I've got a good reason for this, and you guys will probably see why in the next couple videos why I'm using this, but for now, let's use this bolt. Because eventually, I want to make everything in here look as OEM as possible. And you guys can basically ground it anywhere that there's metal on metal touching that goes to the block. There's some bolts over here on the side I should probably show you guys. So one of the big reasons I'm just grounding this here, you guys, is as you know, I've got the RotoFab big gulp. So when I take all this stuff apart right here, I'll have more room and access to these other bolts. So that's when I'll get to the other bolts, which, so when I ground it, you guys, I'll probably use that bolt that's tucked back in there. That bolt right there, you guys, I'll probably be using that. It's just on the side of the block there. So if you guys are doing this, definitely ground it somewhere over there. It'll look cleaner, but you can also ground it right here. It just doesn't look as clean. All right, not too bad. Probably zip tie that down. So to get the fuel line off, you got to pop the clip off here. Then it pushes down and it comes back up. Pretty simple clip. Once you get that little fuel line clip off, damn, how am I gonna get into here? To remove the valve cover, it's just a T27 bolt. All right, got it all loose. Let's get this out of here. Cool, you guys. All right, now let's go ahead and get this fuel line loose. Why this mother sucker won't pop off? Okay, need to give it a little tug from the top. Totally normal to have fuel come out. Probably should have had a rag ready. Before I do all of that, I am gonna get this valve cover back on though, just because I don't want to have to worry about trying to get it on and around that flex fuel kit and everything. So now that this is off, this is just a push connection is all that it is. And what I got on mine is I did not get the push fittings because the aftermarket ones are all plastic. So let me show you what I did. Now this fitting I got has little slots in it there. You can see on this raised little lip that's right there. That's where these holes will slide right around there. 350Z. Alright, so bow, just like that. Slides into there, and then this upper section will screw on. So I'll go ahead and do this. I need both my hands. Got that on, I got it tightened. Now let's hook up the rest. The next piece I went with here is this little 3-inch extension, just to make up for some of the gap that the ethanol sensor is gonna actually take up. My next fitting I've got here, you guys, is this 180 swivel fitting. So I've got the swivel on there, not gonna tighten it down yet. First, I wanna get this fitting tightened down onto my sensor real quick. So we are almost there. So now I'm just gonna hook this side up into here. For now, I think I'm gonna let mine lay on the valve cover a little bit, or maybe just slightly above it. I don't want it to scratch. All right, it feels pretty tight. I probably should be torquing these, but it is what it is. That one swivels up there, that's all good, it's still tight. Seals in this stock hose are just stupid tight, I think. Cool, finally got the OEM hose line to click onto there. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get, yeah, I can't get that lock back on it. It is what it is. Actually, you guys, we're gonna redo this, because you see how it's not going like parallel with the supercharger? When you push it back, the hose is too kinked there at the top. So I thought this might be an issue. I got a solution. This is the other longer piece that was there. So this one is 3 inches. The one I just put on is 1.5. Oh no, damn it. Scratched it. Son of a... Got a little tiny scratch up there. Can't be perfect, you guys. Can't be... All right, you guys, so there we go. I mean, there it is. Installed. Like I said, this is the cleanest one that I have seen so far. It looks much better with that shorter one in there. Man, I'm super happy with this. Came up with this completely on my own. I am extremely happy how everything turned out. Now let's go ahead and hook the battery back up. We will prime the high pressure fuel pump or the fuel rail so we get some fuel in there. All right, you guys, so it is the moment of truth. So I'm gonna start off by just priming everything, hitting the start button, make sure there's no leaks. Okay, that should prime. No issues, no leaks. It all looks clean still. You feel around it. It all feels clean. All right, let's start her up.
Is it recording?
Yep, keep it still. This right here. All right, you guys, so I've got my fiance on the camera. Glad I remembered about this MAF sensor before I started it up for the first startup. Like I said, we already primed this, still no leaks, so I think we're good to go. Let's get it. Look, all good. Let's go. Alright, you guys. No motherfucking leaks, man. You can't tell me this ain't the coolest kid out here, you guys. I made it like that, so I'm hella hyped right now that it started. It's not leaking, no issues.